Hey folks, what's up? Welcome to your Hoxghor Minis. If you've seen any of my streams in the past a while now, you know that I've been doing a lot of stippling. Stippling entire models like this Gear Guts Mech Shop Armored Bruiser model. As a result, a few people have asked me to do a video on how I do this stippling technique. So today I have a real quick video. I'm going to show you how to do this on some skin, but you can do this on any part or an entire model that you would like to have some really nice texture on. So let's get right into it. So this stippling method is actually quite easy. The whole concept behind it is basically the same as doing any sort of highlighting like you would do with layers. The placement is the same and everything like that. The only difference is we're doing it with dots instead of, bigger areas. And when I do this kind of stippling, I like to use a very, very fine brush instead of, a lot of people like to use a big scrubby brush, sort of like this, an old beater brush, and you're going to cover a lot of area that way, which is fine, and that looks good too. But I like to use actually a very fine brush. This is a Raphael 8404 size 0 brush, and I'm not worried about ruining it because I am making tiny, tiny, tiny dots, so I'm just barely touching the model with this brush tip. So this is actually a fairly easy method. The only thing is it takes a long time. So you probably wouldn't want to do this on a whole army. You'd want to save something like this for your characters and for your HQs. And in doing the skin, to show you how to do this technique, we're going to be using a base coat of Goblin Green with a wash of Bile Tan Green. Our highlight color is going to be Livery Green, and our color in between is going to be Moot Green. These are pretty big jumps, but it'll show up better on camera and be easier to show you how to do this. So we're starting out here with the base coated model, and it's done with this Goblin Green and a wash of the Bile Tan Green. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go in and start to reestablish our base color. Now again, we're keeping our dots really, really small, and this will allow us to control how fast the gradient goes from the darker areas to our brighter areas. So basically what we're doing is just like a layer, we're just picking this raised area that we're going to bring back this base color. With that first layer done, you can see how it's already starting to establish this gradient from the Bile Tan Green up through Goblin Green. Now the next thing we're going to do is use our same color, and we're going to put down another layer of dots just in a smaller area, just like we would do with layering. So with this second pass done, you can kind of start to see how this gradient is taking shape. Now next we're going to go up to Moot Green, and we're going to thin this down quite a bit, so we're going to use this translucency to our advantage. And just like layering, we're going to fill in an even smaller area with this first pass, leaving some space between our dots to let the previous color show through. So you should be able to see now how these layers are starting to build up. Our next step is to go back in with Moot Green again, and just like with the Goblin Green, we're going to start filling in just a smaller area like we did on the base coat. So again, this is really just like layering. We're just using the same idea, but we're using dots instead of brush strokes to build up this gradient. So now it's time to go in with the Livery Green, and this is thinned down also. We want to use this translucency to our advantage. And just like with the Moot Green, we're going to fill in a smaller area, leaving some space between our dots. And you can really start to see this transition building up nicely. So the last thing we have to do is one more pass with the Livery Green, again filling in an even smaller area. So as you can see, this builds up a really nice texture, and with being dots, it's really easy to fix any parts of our transition that might be too abrupt or too stretched out. You can just go back in with your previous color and fix that spot. So that's pretty much it. If you want to see some of this stippling live, you can join my streams over at Twitch TV. Link is in the description below. I'll be doing some more of these Gear Guts models, which you can buy using my affiliate link and discount code to get some cheap models and help support the channel at the same time. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you next time.